Marvin.
We know nothing about Marvin. He might be the most straight-laced, religious, Christ-loving. He might fucking hate us.
There is no Marvin. It's Holly. I've told you. Have you ever seen Marvin and Holly in the same room at the same time?
I can't say I have. I can't say I have. So it's plausible. It's not outside of the realms of possibility. And the reason I was late to the podcast, 4 minutes late, is and this is going to sound very almost millennial. I was waiting for my coffee to drip through. So a perfectly valid reason.
That is very millennial. That is really fucking millennial. That is more millennial.
It's an ancient technique.
Than a fucking year 2000 boat party. I'm going to attempt that is. Anyway, welcome everyone to episode 45.
Why?
44.
Why? I've let you get away with it for a couple of days because I've been grumpy, but I'm in a good mood now. Yeah, so sort your fucking shit out.
What do you want me to sort out? I've been fucking carrying you while you've been grumpy.
Carrying me? I'd say it's made a change, isn't
it?
You're the grumpy one.
Broad but short shoulders. These broad shoulders of mine have been carrying the business while you've been grumpy.
I want to say relatively broad in order for
comparison. Oh, no, fuck you. We're done. I'm going.
Men your height. Because if you lined your shoulders up to mine, a nice big tall strong man like myself, I reckon,
Hang on. Tall, yes. Strong, no. You're a long streak of fucking piss.
I'm not that tall to be called a long streak of piss. I'm not even the tallest person in my house.
The only reason you've got a brown belt in Taekwondo, right, is you fucking took it off your gi, put it between your legs and cleaned yourself with it.
That's pretty good. That's pretty funny. Talking of martial arts, I genuinely think I'm going to start BJJ when the world opens back up.
Blowjob Johnny. Yeah, I used to teach jiu-jitsu. I got to brown belt. I was about to take my black belt and never did. But I got to that grade in jiu-jitsu and used to run my own club, and it's fucking good.
It looks fascinating.
It is. when I say COVID's over, it will never be over, but not in our lifetime now. But when we are more back to normal and the martial arts clubs over here open again, I'm going to go up to Cork and do a Krav Maga, which is the Israeli Defense Force martial art. I've done a bit of it before. It's very destructive, very dangerous for others, not for you, obviously. But yeah.
I remember. You might have an opinion on this. I don't want to say too much, so I'll say a friend, once told me a story about meeting their girlfriend's family when they were much younger, 16, 17, and how at this family gathering, the uncle was very quick to let everyone know, including the new boyfriend into the family, that he does Krav Maga, whatever it is.
Krav Maga.
And, and he was very proud of it, or embarrassingly proud of it. It was a bit like, you're probably useless at it, you're talking so much. And then he grabbed said boyfriend, pulled him to one side and said, do you know I do Krav Maga? And the boyfriend was like, yes. And he said, well, if you ever fuck around with the niece name, you'll experience what it's like. To which the boyfriend replied, well, can you describe to me what that would be like? Because you haven't spoke about Krav Maga enough.
I'll tell you what, I find that kind of thing pathetic. Now, I'll be very clear about I've never once threatened or said anything like that to any of my kids' boyfriends or girlfriends. I just haven't. But that obviously was like the girlfriends, but I've never said that to a boyfriend. I haven't had to.
It to a girlfriend.
No, I haven't had to, because my girls have said it for me. They've said, I don't know what words they would have used, and they probably wouldn't have made a point of it. But the whole impression of their dad was, don't ever fucking hurt me or piss me off, because dad will tear you apart and shit. Tear your gizzard out and shit in the hole. And it's worked, because they've all been very deferential towards me. And I've never once had to threaten. That's that kind of thing's pathetic. You know what I find really fucking almost creepy? I've actually written daily emails about this as well. I find this creepy. When you're not a father, but your contemporaries are not fathers either, but my contemporaries are. And even some of the men I know are like this, and it's fucking creepy. They have, to me, an unhealthy obsession with their daughter's sex lives.
Yeah, it's strange.
You know?
Their daughter's
It's fucking
vaginas.
creepy to the point of she's your daughter. You don't fucking own her. And they almost act as if they don't want their daughters having the great kind of sex they had with their girlfriends and wives, when their girlfriends and wives are the same age as their daughters. That's such hypocrisy. I want my daughters to have great sex lives because we all know how fucking great sex can be. No, I don't want to hear the details, and I absolutely want them to be safe and consensual. But other than that, it's none of my fucking business. I will make sure they're safe. You know, if there's ever a fucking problem in that and they're being coerced or threatened, I will have something to say about it. I mean, none of this, don't get involved, father. It'll be, Dad, please kill this person, fucking right you all of, you know? But otherwise, and getting this unhealthy obsession with their daughter's sex lives is fucking creepy. And in the States where they have these fucking purity rings they swap with their fathers. You fucking pervert!
It's like
you fucking pervert!
In the Latina community, they have quinceañeras, don't they? When they're 16, I believe. And it's basically one big thing, like, you're a woman now, but don't go fucking. Like, that's like the whole thing around quinceañeras. Well, just explain to me, John, why do middle-aged men with daughters care about their young little princess? Why do they care so much about their labia minoras and who they open and how often
you're asking the wrong bloke, because I don't.
Why?
You're asking the wrong fucking middle-aged father. I care only in as much as I want them to be safe and consensual. If it's safe and consensual, well, even if it's not safe, it's not my business, really. As long as if it's not consensual, then it is. I will make it my business, because that crosses a line. You know? That's right. Fathers, in my opinion, are there to help protect daughters and sons to a certain degree, but they are there to protect daughters. And if it's not consensual, that's an issue for someone else to get involved. But otherwise, it's nothing to do with me. So you're asking the wrong man, I'm afraid.
5 different men tied up in Japanese knots. If they like wearing all latex, getting gangbanged by 5 geezers whilst tied up from the ceiling in Japanese knots, that's their business.
Absolutely. I mean, I'd like to see a video, but...
What, of your daughter?
Oh, yeah. I'd like to see a video of anyone doing that.
Oh, God. Anyway,
no, seriously, it's none of my business.
Let's move on from automatic cum shots and share the secret to automatic sales.
Yeah, easy. We want a context here. Yeah. Because what I don't want people to think is that this is just something that happens by waving a magic wand or writing a compelling sales letter or anything else. You know, you need a suite of systems. You have a sales process. And that basically means, we use the Trades Accelerator model, which has got the attract, seduce, sell drivers with the 9 accelerators around the outside. That is our sales process. It is a process, you know. People come into our world cold, and they end up as clients or not, as the case may be. That's a process. And really, what this process comprises, if we want to sum it up, because we've got message, market, and medium, is we've got a message clearly focused on the desired outcome, delivered over the right medium to our ideal client for long enough to get them to want us to buy from us. You know, we construct a pipeline, we construct the feeder to the pipeline, and then we kind of construct the process that takes them from being in the pipeline to being in our business. And it is a 3-step process, and it has to happen in the right order. Now, some people think, like on LinkedIn, this has to take a long time. It doesn't. The steps have to happen. They go for, you know, knowing and liking and trusting, attract, seduce, and sell. They have to happen in that order, but they can happen in 2 days. Even with a big 10K commitment, it can happen in a couple of 3 days. Doesn't have to take a long time, but it does have to happen. In fact, I would say, I can't remember the original quote who said this, but I heard it probably first 8 years ago or so, and it stuck with me. And that is, if to achieve a certain result requires a certain number of steps, A, B, C, D, E, and so on, whether you take those steps in 6 months or 6 years is pretty much entirely up to you. Yeah. So, you know, if the steps can be taken in 6 months, why not take them in 6 months? Who says you have to wait 6 years? Well, by the same token, if you can take someone from cold to sold in 2 days, why would you not put a process in place to have that happen? Why would you unnecessarily extend it to have all this giving value bollocks on LinkedIn when you don't need to? Not to say that doesn't work, not saying you shouldn't maybe have it running as well, because different people work at different speeds. But this, you don't have to. You can, if you wanted to, you could predicate your model on, you have a process in place where they go through a process that maybe lasts a week, and if they're not in that time, they go into your bucket list when you just sell them by email. And by doing that, you pick off the people who are ready to buy right now. That's a perfectly legitimate business model, and people do it all the time. And in fact, there's some guys out there making a lot of money doing it. And then you can have lower level stuff and processes in place to mop up the low level. Of course you can, and you probably should, because you paid for these leads, or either you paid in the monetary thing for adverts, or you put time in. But the point is, you can pick off the cream, the low-hanging fruit, very quickly and very profitably. But you need to have a process. So that's the secret of automatic sales: a message clearly focused on the desired outcome of your clients, delivered over the right medium to the ideal client for long enough to get them to buy from you. Essentially, now you cast your mind back, I don't know if you've actually been through it or not, you probably haven't, even though it's in your business. Are you that familiar with the Business Accelerator? You're probably not, are you?
Well, I know the 5 things it entails.
Yeah, but that's essentially what we do. We show, it's a free, listen, Mr. Listener and Ms. Listener, clean the fucking wax out of your ears and get off your fucking arse. Stop sitting on your fucking thumbs and think about this. The free Business Accelerator shows you exactly how to do that, to create a message clearly focused on your ideal client, to deliver an outcome. If you're not using it, and it's fucking, did I mention it's fucking free? Stupid cunts.
I'm not sure if you remember, but we did have a conversation once saying this actually might be too good to give away for free.
We did.
It might actually be harming ourselves.
We did.
But since we're a pair of fucking idiots, we re-released it 2.0, made it even better, which probably hurt sales even more. And we're still giving the fucker away for free. So yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should stop that. Maybe we should run some ads that say it's free for today only for the next 6 years.
And offer a free 30-minute coaching session off the back of
it. Yeah, I'll tell you, I am determined. I'm going to do it. I want to do that. I want to get on that fucking call and say, I'm really interested in this. I'd love to do it, but I'm just curious about one thing. What's that, Mr. McCullough? Well, is he going to show me the same techniques and strategies and tips and tools he used to take his business to be 2 million quid in debt and then have to liquidate it? Or is it something else he's going to show me? Because I'm fucking fascinated by this. I want to know before I sign up to this. I want to know what I'm getting for my money. I don't want you to tell me the how-to. I just want to know the what. Now, are you going to show me how to get in debt to that extent? Because I'm fucking fascinated by that idea.
7 secrets to buy your business back off Lord Sugar and liquidate fast.
Liquidate your business fast. I should change the title of my book, shouldn't I?
Oh God! In the industry we serve, which is obviously the construction industry, not that we have any direct competitors, but we have people who try and do similar things to what we do. Their magic trick and their secret power that blows people away is more often than not just buying leads.
Yeah.
Just buying shit leads. It's awful. It's awful. What an awful strategy. It'll keep you busy, but it won't help you build a business, because these are the type of guys that have gone on guaranteedcheapestcontractor.com, put in their details, and they get contacted by 25 different companies.
Is that a real fucking website, or you made it up?
That's not a real website, but there's a real website like that with another name. There's a few of them about there. And then, you buy the leads off these companies that just essentially, leave your details here and we'll get contractors in touch with you. And you buy the opportunity to sell to that person. And there's usually like 20 different people going for it. And that's their magic trick. That's their magic trick, John.
I have said to people, it's easy to make sales if you want to. Just keep lowering your prices.
So easy.
Who said it? It may have been Zig Ziglar, but it may be someone else. But certainly someone in that kind of world, the over in the States, and Dan Kennedy kind of world, who said, if you were to tie a bunch of order forms and a dictionary or an encyclopedia to a dog and have it run around the town for long enough, someone will buy from the dog. That's pretty much what you're doing here. Now, we talked about it yesterday. You got the shotgun or you got the fucking sniper's rifle. Now, what we want to be doing with our guys, what we are doing with our guys, and what we want our guys to be doing is we want them to be selling a 4K bathroom for 7K over and over and over again, rather than selling a 4K bathroom for 3.5K over and over again, hoping to make that 200 quid profit they're now making, hoping to multiply that by 1,000 times over a year to make some decent money. We don't want them doing that. We want them to be doing, fucking 5K profit a time and maybe doing only one job a week even, if that's what it takes.
That's happening in our group.
I know it is.
I know it, and it's just baffling. They used to sell bathrooms 4K, 20% margin. They were making, it was
about 700 quid per bathroom.
About 700 quid they were making per bathroom. Now they're charging 7 to 8 grand. And all of the extra money's profit.
Yeah, well, they're basically taking their profits from. So I said the top. He said the top end profit was 1,000 quid. So then it just makes the math easy. So we've gone from a £1,000 profit to £4,000 profit. So an increase of 300%. The profits are now 4 times bigger than they were.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so if he'd have kept his, never mind price discounts, if he'd have kept the prices as they were and ramped up his marketing to get 4 times as many sales, he'd be making the same money now and working 4 times as hard. But the overheads will be more than 4 times higher because he would need at least another van and other people. So his fixed overheads are going to go up. His variable overheads will be the same. His variable cost will be the same. Pro rata, because the cost of the bathrooms maybe even a little bit cheaper if he's buying them in bulk, but that'll iron out. But the thing is, the overhead of the extra work and admin required to run that business, which is now 4 times bigger because 4 times sales, is fucking monumental. And you've got the number of interconnections, relationships actually increases by the factorial. So all of a sudden it's becoming fucking massively unwieldy. Well, I'd much rather be thinking, okay, fuck that, let's work less and make more money per sale. I mean, Kev is a great example, the accountant. Went from 400 clients and a heart attack waiting to happen to fewer than 100 clients, charging 10 times the industry going rate and working 2 or 3 days a week? I think maybe 2 days a week. And he has a great life with it. He has a great life with it. Yeah. So it's entirely, anyone can do it because we show them how, and they are doing it right now. But anyway, that's predicated on automatic sales as well. Now
it's also predicated on having the right type of sales conversations, isn't it?
Well, exactly, yeah, because what's happening right now for most people in the trade, I'm actually finishing up the manuscript for this book the first draft to get it off to the lady tonight. We're talking on Friday now. You listen to this on Monday, because I've got a deadline. And one of the things I've been actually writing about is the kinds of conversations you should be having. Now, right now, the kind of conversations most tradesmen are having, and I'm sure this is going to resonate to not just with tradesmen, almost every business owner out there. The kind of conversations they're having are, oh, okay then, John, sell yourself to me. Mm-hmm. What can you do for me? Sell yourself to me, John. What can you do for me? How much is it going to cost me? And then, is there something you can do about the price? Because Connor down the road can do it cheaper. Those are the kinds of conversations people are having right now. I'll get back to you. I'll think about it. I've got another couple of guys to speak to. I'll think about it. We don't want to be having those conversations because they're a waste of time. Now, there's a whole bunch of training. There's a whole business philosophy and structure to the way you should be selling, and we teach it. I'm not going to go through it now for 2 reasons. 1, we haven't got time, and 2, if you want that level of detail, you pay us, because it's about how you avoid those conversations in detail, minute fucking step-by-step detail, literally what to say and when to say it to these people to avoid those conversations. But we go from those conversations of what can you do, sell yourself to me, how much is it going to cost, can you do something about the price? Let's have another meeting, because I've got another meeting with Fred down the road right now He'll probably be a bit cheaper. You avoid all that, and the kind of conversations you have are, wow, fucking hell, John. When can you start? You know, those are the conversations you should not be. No one in the trades should be going to a house, getting on the phone, or engaging with a client until they are ready to have that conversation with you. You should be delegating, relegating, or just deleting people who won't have that conversation. And you can do it with other people, you know. We have a sales process we worked on before. We're always changing things to find the sweet spot. And right now our sales process is they speak to Connor. If they're worthy, they then speak to me and I sell them. That's how it works. Well, you know, you all want your own. I'm not saying Connor's the apprentice, and people who call him that get short shrift and get kicked out of the business, because that's not how it works. But if you want to speak, if they want to speak to you, who's the one who makes the final decision maybe, or understand your business in that kind of detail, you are the tradesman, if you like. Well, then you should have people who are weeding out these people, so you can focus on the selling part of it. It could be an apprentice, it could be your PA, but it can also be done by forms online. It can be done by forms they fill in and sit at a desk and write out. It can be a process like our kitchen guy did, of they pay to have a kitchen designed. Then they have an interview and you decide whether or not you're going to let them pay you to build the fucking thing for them. You can do this. Anyone can do this, and you probably should. So those are the kinds of conversations you should be having. When could you start? Not what can you do? Sell yourself to me, Connor. How much is it going to cost me? Can you do something about the price? You know, we'll think about it. You stupid cunt. You want a kitchen. You told me you love this one. What is there to think about? You dumb fuck.
You've just shed some light on the secret to high conversions as well.
Yes, absolutely. Strict filtering.
And this is why I'm proud of our business, and I'm proud of what we do, because it all interlinks so well, because you couldn't have spoke about this type of sales conversations you should have been having without mentioning the strict filtering that needs to take place beforehand. No,
I mean, if you are, this is why it's so, I mean, the example I always use, and again, I'm using it in the book, is the PT. It's a great example because everyone knows what a PT does. We all know the mechanics behind it, even if we like to think there's some special weird fruit or pill that can make us thin and attractive. There isn't. We all know it's about eating less, exercising more, and probably eating better. It's that simple. You know, the details aren't that relevant, but that's essentially what it boils down to. But your average PT, they're working for probably less than minimum wage if they're self-employed, because they've got overheads to pay and they don't factor those in usually because they don't know how to run a fucking business. But what they're doing is they're standing in the gym training people, and they're taking on clients who come to them who see them training. And that can be anyone from a middle-aged bloke like me to a great big fat bloke whose wife won't shag him, to some young chick who's going to fucking Ibiza in a couple of weeks and wants to get toned for the beach. All the same process, other than a few details in the training, but it's the same principles, same calorie restrictions, same kind of exercise, same protein, all that shit. That's all the same. But the sales message and the ability and wherewithal to pay is all very different. The guy whose wife won't shag him, the business owner, the executive whose wife won't shag him anymore because he's fat, won't even go into town with him anymore, is far more likely to pay a multi-thousand-pound fee to a personal trainer to get his six-pack back than will be the girl who's just going off for a quick fucking shag behind the bike sheds at the DJ bar, whatever they fucking call it in Ibiza. He just will.
DJ bar.
Well, I don't know what they fucking call it. But there's no judgment there or anything. I'm just telling you how it is. And if you want to make the money as a PT, you're probably better off selling to people with a burning desire and the ability and the will to pay. It just makes sense. That's probably why Phil targets middle-aged men who are overweight, because he's found that's the most lucrative, profit-ridden, fucking laden area to work in. It's not rocket science.
There's
strict filtering. So he doesn't speak to young girls like that. He doesn't speak to young people. He's not interested. His message isn't about them. Mm-hmm. He might take them. I mean, a bit like us, we work with the guys and the girls in the trades. Now, if we had a social media lady come to us, like, can I work with you? Yeah, we can help you. And we will allow you in, because there's no reason not to. But you're not, you will get through you'll come around the back of the filter if you like. But we're not going out to chase people like that. And we don't construct our messages to attract those kinds of people, because we're not interested particularly. It's low-hanging fruit that drops in our lap, I suppose.
Yeah.
But we don't target them. So we filter people out. We want trades. We want, you know, and I'm not giving anything away here. Well, I am, but it's to our benefit. The kind of businesses we target for foundations, they are usually one-man bands, or maybe up to 2, 3, 4 employees. But the main criteria are: 1, they're solvent; 2, they're determined; and 3, and this is the important one, 3, we get to speak to the decision maker. That's it. That's how we filter. Now, if you come along and says, well, you've got to speak to the PA and she'll get back to me and then I'll decide, we just say no. That'd be it.
Yourself.
Yeah. We speak to the
my
decision maker.
biz dev manager.
That's inviolable. We speak to the decision maker. If we can't, it doesn't happen.
Yeah. I can't wait for the day for someone to say to me, this all sounds very good, but I probably need to consult with my BNI network first.
Can you imagine? Oh, I tell you what.
I'll make it easy. I'll make it easy for you, pal. There's a side effect to what we do that we don't speak about often enough. I heard it within the last couple of weeks. I can't remember what client I heard it from. But we make business fun again for people. Because not only are you working with people that you're delighted to be working with, not only are you making fucking so much money per job, you can work less. Not only are you making so much money and your customer LTV is so much more, so you can spend more on marketing, which is fun. When you put it all together, you're just stress-free, especially when we put our philosophy on top as like $1 per ice cream.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, do you remember? I mean, we haven't done it for a while because we've not been able to, but we'll get back there. The meetings, the in-person meetings, how much laughing went on in the bar?
Oh, so much.
And I've gone to bed after nights at Elite, my fucking face hurting and my ribs hurting, just laughing. And that is fun again. That makes business fun. I mean, I've actually said this before. I've said it on the podcast. And one of the criteria for Elite is I will not take someone into Elite if I'm not happy with the idea of sitting in the bar with them for an evening, just me and that person drinking.
Yeah.
Because that's quite likely to happen at some point. I sat up till 5 o'clock one morning with one guy whose girlfriend was dying of cancer. And they were at loggerheads because she didn't want to continue with the chemo and he was going at her to take it, you know? And my point, again, a very stoic view was, look, she's going to die anyway. So the choice you have is you allow her to make her own choice and enjoy what time you have with her, or she makes her own choice anyway, and you end up arguing about it all the time. You know, the end result will be the same. It's how you spend that time together. I was up until 5 o'clock that morning. Well, I ain't going to do that with someone I don't like. I'm just not. I don't get. Be quite clear about that. If I don't like you, I'm not going to bother.
Yeah. You're going to be like,
when I say that was fun, I mean, that particular conversation wasn't fun. Of course it wasn't. But it represents the kind of closeness we do have in the group and the kind of commitment we have to the members.
Yeah, and it's the reason we wouldn't hesitate for a second to kick someone out.
No,
we never want to disturb that amazing atmosphere where everyone feels like they're able to be open and honest, more so than they've ever been.
Oh God, yeah,
in their lives.
We've had people in the meetings that sharing things with us about their lives, their spouses. One guy, his wife was dying of some awful fucking degenerative disease of the esophagus. It basically slowly stops working until one day she would choke and stuff like that. And they will share things they won't share with their own spouses and family. And we have the mantra that what we talk about in Elite stays in Elite. No one has ever broken that to my knowledge. If they ever did, they'd be out quicker than they could fucking believe.
Yeah,
we wouldn't tolerate it. That's fucking almost sacrosanct. It is sacrosanct. It's almost like a religious commitment,
So, should we move on to a more negative note?
The 1 minute hate.
The 1 minute hate.
I was going to avoid this again because I'll be honest with you. I think I felt rough today. It felt like
I will give you the green light to pass it, because if you've got a few flu-like symptom, it's just going to make your headache worse. Your throat feel worse.
Oh, throat's fine. I just felt fucking rough. I woke up this morning and everything fucking ached and my joints hurt and my arms were sore. And I thought, fucking hell. Got the temperature, haven't got a temperature, so I don't think it's COVID, but I felt fucking rough. I feel a bit better right now. But yeah, I'm all right.
Do you want to do it or do you want to skip it?
No, we'll do it. We'll do it.
We'll do it.
Do it, baby.
Are you ready, Captain?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. I'm good. Stick it in there, big boy.
Are these ticks? What are these? White puffin.
White puffin. Oh, I fucking love Luke. He's brilliant, isn't
he? One of our guys is working with them now, isn't he?
Yeah, that's right, Nathan. Yeah, I tell you what, that Luke is a really nice guy. He's had some shit recently. People have been messaging privately and saying, it's one, they've been calling him a fraud. You're making him. You're attention seeking. This is a professional platform. What kind of fucking person does that? For the listeners, Luke is a friend of mine. He's on LinkedIn. And I'm not breaking any confidences here because this is a public video he's posted. And he has Tourette's, uncontrollable swearing and tics. And he laughs about it, and we laugh about it because he is funny, and he's a genuinely fucking decent bloke. Oh, he's also gay as well. That's relevant because other people have been calling him Nancy boy and things like that. People have been private messaging with the most appalling things. I said to him, I fucking wish you'd name and shame them so we can tear them in our asshole. I wish he would come to our meeting and someone do it in public. Fucking hell. What is wrong with people, Connor?
I don't know. But it's got you nicely rolled up for the 1 minute hate. So what's it about? I
fucking hate people like that. Not like him, obviously.
I hate these Tourette's cunts.
Gun.
What's the 1 minute hate about?
About people who talk about things being fucking natural. This, it's a bit like alternative natural fucking medicine.
Oh God, that's bad. That's
very bad.
Are you ready?
I'm fucking ready.
3, 2, 1.
Right, you see it all the time, especially on places like fucking LinkedIn, not LinkedIn, Instagram and Facebook ads. Things are natural fucking remedy, natural cures, alternative natural fucking medicine. Right, here's the stop. Right at the end of the tunnel, hit the fucking buffers. There's no such thing as alternative medicine. If it works, it's medicine. If it doesn't, it's not. The alternative thing is bollocks. Following on from that, just because something is fucking natural does not make it healthy or safe. Look, volcanoes are fucking natural. They kill people by the thousand. So are earthquakes and tsunamis. Let's take rhubarb leaves, oxalic acid, fucking deadly. You eat those or oleander or deadly nightshade, you will fucking die. There's nothing more natural than fucking rhubarb leaves. There's nothing more natural than fucking belladonna, but it will fucking kill you. Same with fucking hemlock or bears and tigers and lions and fucking alligators. They will eat you. Elephants will fucking squash you flat. They're all fucking natural. So are fucking meteorites. Idiots.
Well done. I like it. Wrap it up.
Well, this is episode 44 of the Off the Tools podcast. And we are really great. We feel privileged to have you here so we can serve you better. All right, shut the fuck up, John. Anyway, if you want to make more money from your trade business with less work, less hassle, fewer headaches, attract better clients with big fucking pockets stuffed with cash. Yeah? They're willing to pay you that money. You! 4 times, 5 times as much profit you're making before. And have these people come into your door, knocking on it, going, please, sir, may we give you our money in an automated pipeline, which itself is replenished and filled by systems we put into place with you. So they're delivered, nice, on a plate, like John the Baptist's fucking head. But if that's what you'd like, so you're making more money with less work, less hassle for your headaches, all you got to do is go to ottpodcast.co.uk, grab hold of Business Accelerator 2.0, and that amazingly free thing, which is only free for the next 5 minutes. That's a lie. Probably free forever. Grab that, do the fucking work, then say, fucking hell, Mr. EBG, that was superb. What more can we do? Well, the answer is a lot. That's all you got to do. In the meantime, stay inside. Wash your hands. Do not fall for the natural alternative medicine bollocks. And do not shit on your fingers. See you later. Ta-ra.
See you later, alligators.